Yeah, man. It's a wild week.
It's been a rough one, dude.
Yeah, for everybody. All the obvious stuff. Kobe passing. Business being busy this month. Juggling family, moving.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot going on, but it's good. It's funny. I just remember, like, Jerome went through a time where he had to go away for a little bit, and he told me that he used to pray for other people's problems. Like, he wished he had their problems instead of the ones he had at the moment. So stuff like this now, like, you go through this, and I'm like, used to pray to have these problems. Like, you should be happy that you have a roof that needs to be replaced. You should be happy that you have a car that needs fixing, because you could not have those things at all.
Yeah, it's a good point, man.
So that's what this week has felt like. It's felt like just being appreciative of what we have all over again.
You know what's crazy, man? You know, I used to be a huge basketball fan as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really follow the game much anymore.
Right.
But it's like we were here working when we heard the news about Kobe passing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like unexpectedly like hurt.
Yeah, because it's funny, I was telling my dad about this, because when it comes to basketball, you think of Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like, as far as, like, you know, when people debate the greats, you know, there's just a different tier of athlete, and it's those three guys. Jordan, to me, is always going to be my favorite in terms of just skill. Like, he's going to be my favorite player. But to be honest, I'm 34. You're 34, 35?
34.
You're 34. So, to be honest, if you think about it, our age, we saw Michael coming out, like, on his way out.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe was the one that was close to our age. He's 6 years older than us, and he's close enough to where we saw his beginning and saw the whole development of that. So it hurt different for our generation, because that's our Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just really unexpected. Like, we heard that news, and like, I mean, we were here at the studio for like an hour. We were just like, dude, it was just so tragic, man.
It took the wind out of everything that night.
Yeah, it really did, man. And I just. Things like that, it just puts everything in perspective, man. It really does. But anyway, I'm happy to be here, man.
Yeah, man. Me too. Me too. And it reminds you of it's quick to go away. The thing with him was, like, you see a person that's so athletic, like, you would think he checked all the boxes to be immortal. Like, for sure, he should have been 90 years old on his deathbed giving speeches about how great his career was, and that. Yeah. It doesn't make sense, but that's what's interesting about life. That's kind of what makes life beautiful at the same time, like how fragile it is. Every moment could be your last. It could be the last at any time, and it makes it more precious. And hopefully we start to appreciate stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people doing the whole, you know, they're reaching out to people saying I love you and all that stuff, and it's good. The problem with most of this stuff, dude, is that people forget, man, we got real short-term memories. Like, we feel bad now, and then tomorrow we're back to ignoring our friends and not checking up on them, so...
You know, and in this day and age too, with, you know, social media, and it's the easiest it's ever been to be connected with people, and I feel like a lot of people are more disconnected than ever, and it's kind of a weird paradox. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I just stop and think about, like, do you see the real person on social media, or do they act out? Like, it's a tough thing, you know, because I think my gut is that people really reveal who they really are when they think there's no consequences. Like, that's like the test of your character, is who you are when nobody's looking. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it's kind of like, who are you when nobody can put their hands on you? Yeah. You know?
Right.
Like, you measure your words different when you're face to face, when you know you can't touch me, so I could be a little more bold. Like,
yeah, isn't that crazy? Like, you know, I look on the internet, and the comment sections are just insane. Like, saying the most outrageous, terrible things. And, you know, what's the term? The keyboard warriors, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, really, it's like texting too. You know what I mean? You can craft your message a certain way, and you have time to think about it, and you can kind of be that way via text message too, man.
Yeah, that's the positive thing of the internet, though, is like it'll keep you connected enough to, you know, hopefully, like, that's how you and I got reconnected. We talked about that before. Mm-hmm. Like, hopefully people use that opportunity for that. Like, hey, we're already in touch online. Let's reach out and be in touch in person, because that can, like, that spoken communication where you hear someone's voice and see their face, that's underestimated now because of laziness, dude. We got so used to stuff being instant. Like, I should be able to send you something right now. It's like, being able to have dinner with people and stuff like that is still important for friendships and stuff like that. Like, I think it's important.
Well, it's like you and me, man. We work on this this company a lot. Most of our time together is that, but we make the time to go out to eat together. You know, we make the time to go do fun stuff together because that stuff's important, man.
Yeah.
It's important, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm with it.
Yeah, it's just been a rough week, man.
Yeah, it's tough.
And it's not just Kobe.
It's a lot of things like we mentioned in the beginning, like moving and stuff in life and just.
Yeah, we bought a house, dude.
Which is crazy. That's another thing that's like, it's a huge moment where it's kind of like getting married. It's like there's a couple moments in your life where like are the most exciting and the most stressful. And it's like getting married, buying a house, having kids. It's like it's the most beautiful thing, and it's also the most stressful you're gonna go through. And it's worth it. It's worth it. I love it.
Yeah, man. Being a homeowner, it's crazy. It's wild, man.
You're gonna have your moments where you sit outside and just look at your house and you get sentimental, like, wow, I have a house. Then you're gonna have your moments where I gotta replace the whole fence, and where am I gonna get $5,000?
Yeah, it's wild. Is our old place, we had a condo, a little 2-bedroom condo that we've lived there for almost 3 years, and it was the first place that me and Bree had together, with Vic and all that. And yesterday, it's like everything was out and it got cleaned and all that, and I went to lock up, and I was like looking around, and I was like, man, it sounds so corny, but it's like there's a lot of memories tied to that place, and just made me think back, man. It's great. I've been very emotional, Tony, all week.
It's stupid.
But for real.
Yeah, no. That stuff like that reminds you, like, and I get caught like all the time. Like I told you, like I'd study people. Like I'm weird like that. Like I look at how people talk to each other, why they say the things they say, like why they say it like that, and what didn't they say. But yeah, like I try to take my time to, like, when I'm around the family, I'll just sit back and observe and like absorb the moment. Like,
that's really, together, really important.
People
man.
are laughing, and I'll just stay quiet every now and then and just look at everybody's face. And it's like, you got to appreciate little things like that. Like, because you don't know when that moment's not going to repeat itself. And not even for like very morbid things. Like, the people might move away. They might, because of their career or whatever. So you don't know when's the last time you're going to be able to reconnect and touch someone.
We talked about that last night while we were working together over here. And you never know when you're in the good times. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, right? Just to try to stop what you're doing, no matter how busy you're getting or how stressful it gets or how much you got going on, and just try to just look at your life for what it is and find the good that's happening. Because, I mean, I believe you can, if you got something going on, you know what I mean? You have something to be thankful for. You have something to be proud of. You have something to latch on to, man. And sometimes you just got to stop and really take an objective look at what's going on with you. And I'm just very, very thankful for everything I have, man.
Well, and it's funny because your relationships, like, I feel like relationships happen by accident. Like, you meet people in life kind of by accident, and I pause for a second because some people believe in destiny and all this stuff, and I believe in God's will and stuff. But in general, relationships are initiated kind of by accident. You cross each other's paths or whatever. And we kind of don't understand, or we forget that just because it started by accident, you still have to work at keeping that relationship. Like, you still got to communicate. It's kind of like, you plant the seed of a flower or whatever, of a plant, and then you walk away from it and think it's fine, it'll grow on its own. Like, you have to feed that relationship.
Yeah.
And you can't just treat it like, oh, it was just happenstance, so we just leave it alone and it takes the course it wants. Like, if you care about it, you have to nourish it and go out of your way and carve the time out to make sure that thing grows.
Yeah, it's interesting with that. I mean, when I was in the Marine Corps, I had some incredible relationships with some fellow Marines and, very close friends. And I think I only talked to one or two. And it's just crazy. It's nothing to do with like not wanting to reconnect or, keep that connection. But, you got to work on things like that,
Well, I was telling and this is, you bring up something that makes me think about a conversation I had with Annalise the other day, and it was, she was having trouble like staying focused in school or whatever, and just doing what kids do, talking and stuff and joking around. And I'm like, you don't understand it yet, but the people that you think are the most important thing in your life right now, and you're gonna live and die by their opinion, they won't exist in your life as soon as you leave, for different reasons. But they won't. So you really gotta find what's important to you.
Some may, most won't.
They won't. I told her specifically, I'm like, I had quite a few friends in high school and middle school, and today I can count on one. I have like 2 or 3 that I still keep in contact, including you and Jerome. There's maybe 2 others or something like that I have real contact with regularly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I try to push the kids. It's like you have to, above everything, just really respect yourself and your character, and understand that you're gonna live and die by your own reputation. Like who people perceive you as is important, and that's like you have to control that. You have full control over that. Like the way you react to things, and the way people are gonna, your reputation, man. Like it doesn't cost anything to show up on time.
And it doesn't cost anything to be nice either, man.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It shouldn't. You shouldn't feel like it costs you anything. I mean, I get that sometimes people don't have that character, but to say please and thank you. Like I used to have this joke at a previous job where I used to ask people like, I wonder how many wars could have been avoided if people just said please and thank you. Like for real, because you think about it, like wars are like for resources, for territory and stuff like that. And it's like if you would have said please, or if you would have asked how you felt about it,
we might be able to come to the middle somewhere, man.
I think a lot of times, people go to war, you get in fights because you want it by force now. Like I don't want to talk, I just want it. Like my needs are now way more important than yours.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take it. But reputation is everything, dude. Like even in the business, like how much business have we gotten because other people said these guys are great to work with?
And I think that's so important. I'm glad you said that, man, because, and I think that's why we work so well together. We're very different guys, you know what I mean? But we're very similar in a lot of ways. And just the themes of respect and courtesy and communication,
right.
All these things, we share the same values with that, the same outlook on that kind of stuff. And you're right, man. We've a lot of our business has come through word of mouth. And it wasn't, of course, they like the product. Yeah. They like the product a lot, right? We work hard to make our product great. But I think what has made us start to find success is, like you mentioned, our interactions with people, our professionalism, our courtesy, our demeanor, our timeliness, all these things that have nothing to do with video production at all.
Right.
It's applicable to anything that anybody's doing. And I think that's what sets us apart, man, and that's great.
Yeah, no, it's the stuff that I kind of, since I took classes in business management, like it's of course they mention your reputation, but you spend more time learning about accounting and having meetings and how to deal with employees and how to delegate and stuff like that, and it truly is like people come to us because they saw a cool portfolio, they saw a video they like, but they stayed because of the way we treat them.
Right.
Or the connections we make, not so much the way we treat them, because that sounds like it's a one-way relationship. Like the relationships we establish, like people feel real comfortable eventually just telling us their goals, and we end up talking more about family life and what do you have going on versus just what's the next video.
Right.
And those are things that we don't fake. Like we don't, because you run into that. Like, so the joke with these people, like you got like Hardee's and who else is doing it now? That they just repeat my
McDonald's.
pleasure.
McDonald's is doing it.
It's like when we know when you're faking it.
My pleasure.
We know when you're doing it for a specific reason. Like I'm gonna say this because that's the way you do in business. Like you're supposed to send the Thanksgiving card that says thing. It's like people know when you're faking it, man.
Yeah, you got to just try to be genuinely who you are. Yeah. And it's funny, like with me, and I got to get back to doing this more often. We always share a laugh. There's this running joke between you and me, and Tony will randomly one day be like, "You hug anybody at 7-Eleven today?"
Oh yeah.
And what that is I've been known to, I don't know, I'm a friendly guy, and like I go into places like 7-Eleven or McDonald's or the cashiers at Food Lion or just wherever I'm at, and I'm friendly. And it's funny because a lot of the times these people will be like taken back by it. They're like kind of like they're asleep, and I kind of like woke them up a little bit. And at first they don't know what to do, and I'm just like, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, thank you so much for being here." Like I tell people, "Thank you for being here," right, on a Saturday night at 10 o'clock when I want to go and get some cookies. I'm thanking them for being there. I say, how much longer you got on your shift? Oh, 2 hours. Okay, cool. And it's funny to watch the transformation because so many people are just so used to dealing with jerks all day long, especially nowadays, man. I just feel like it's gotten real bad. And then I come in and I kind of just try to, I don't know, it sounds cheesy, brighten their day a little bit, but it's genuine. Like I actually do, I care about people. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even if I don't even know you, so it's cool to watch the transformation with people. They'll be guarded at first, like this dude's a freak. What is he? Why is he smiling so much? Like, what? He just read my name tag. Like, he's calling me by my name. What's going on? But then it's so funny, and it translates to what we do with video production and with clients. It's like, within a minute, you feel very comfortable with each other, and like you know me forever. You know what I mean? And I just feel like we need more of that these days, man. I feel like we just obviously not everybody is very outgoing. Right. Not everybody is, that whole thing, but you don't have to be that. Just but be genuine.
Yeah, that's a joke too. It's like when we're walking into a place and I'm like, we're ready to do our thing, and I'm like, are you ready to turn on the crusty? Like, yeah. So you ready to turn it on?
We call it the mask a little bit.
Because I don't have it.
Yeah. And it's funny. There's some days where I won't have it and you have it, or you'll have it and it's. But
it always works out.
It always works out, man. Just be nice, people. Be nice. Let's be happy. We all have a lot to be thankful for, man. Take a look at yourself. Take a step back and really look at what do you really have. And I guarantee you got a lot. Mm-hmm. You have a lot.
And if you got nothing, you got breath. The hope is not over yet, right? Like,
yeah, man.
If you really, I'd argue no one has nothing. Like, as far as around where we live, you have something. You have resources. But it goes back to that free stuff, man. What are you willing to do on your free time? Caring is not, caring is free. Professionalism is free.
Yep.
Hard
work is free, man.
Yeah.
Hard work. Taking pride in what you do is free. Mm-hmm. No matter what that is. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate all your hard work, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's noted.
I don't know if I work as hard as I make it look like, but
fake it till we make it. No,
I'm not sure. Yo, what's next? What do you think is next for us? What's this year? What are we gonna do?
2020 for Tsunami Digital Media. Well, we're doing a podcast, which is pretty cool.
The podcast is cool.
It's a lot of fun. We got more people we're bringing on. We had a lot of fun with Scott. So I think we'll continue to nurture this show. I think that'll be fun. I want to take it on the road. I think we talked about it before, but I want to take it to people's businesses. Yes, I think that would be really cool to mix it up a little bit. Go to where you guys are. Mm-hmm. Come to you, and we'll come to your house, man. That could be fun. What's some other goals this year? I mean, we want to double our revenue from last year.
I want to triple it. Nay, quadruple it.
Let's quadruple it. Wouldn't be too difficult. Yeah. No, but we want to increase the business. We want to grow skill wise, for sure. We
already started off great. Like,
yeah,
we're in a new space. Our friend Jack helped us out with that.
Yeah,
we're together in this office here in Virginia Beach,
which is fantastic, centrally located right here, and we got out of the house, so that's good.
Yeah, no, it's cool. He's doing his thing. It's exciting to see, like, to be around people like pursuing their passion, because it goes back to what we're talking about. Just appreciate every moment, and it's cool seeing him specifically like push his stuff. Like Jack here, like getting his podcast developed and trying, because he's a good example of someone like just using what you have for now. Like, don't wait till you have the big DSLRs and stuff like that. Like, you don't need the huge budget. Just pursue it now. Like, stop waiting.
Jack's literally taking his Windows-based PC. He's setting it up. He set up a green screen. We helped him, mitigate some of those issues and troubleshoot and get it going for him. But he's rocking it now, man. And you're right. It's great to be around people like that, man, who really want it.
And that's hopefully
who really want it. No matter what, they're gonna find a way to do it.
I hope what we do here, like, that extends to, because kind of what we did with him, like helping him and just like putting him on the boat and pushing him off, and like, you got this on your own, like you really do. Hopefully, like, this podcast is that for some people that don't come in. And to be honest, if people in Virginia Beach, like, reach out, like, we should just, like, honestly, even if you're not a business person, if you're creative, like, hit us up on Facebook, send us a message. And we'd love to look at what you got going on. Like, I would. I know you would. Like, just
there's so many different
what they got going on and help them with just knowledge. Knowledge is free. Sitting down with us on this thing is going to be free. Like, let's just talk. Like, what are your goals? What can we help you out with?
Yeah, man. There's so many talented and awesome people in this town, man. Mm-hmm. In these 7 cities, dude. And there's no rules, man. We'd love to have you on. So hit us up. Message us, man.
I'm with it.
Yeah, 2020 is going to be a great year, dude. It's a rough week, but hey, man.
That's part of it.
We got to wake up and try again.
It's part of it.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
And as far as the whole it being rough, and as far as Kobe, one thing I think everybody should remember is that man never gave up. That man was incredibly dedicated to everything he did, and that's the thing to push on, to remember that part of his life. Like, this dude was like we seen Allen Iverson gave a story about they went out to dinner.
It was the first time. Yeah, it was the first time Allen Iverson played ball with Kobe out in L.A. Like they, you know, the Sixers were going to L.A. and he was new in the league, and it was like, you know, Kobe asked him, so what are you doing tonight? And Allen, he said something along the lines of, you know, I'm going out. I'm gonna go to the club and go eat and all this. What are you gonna do? And Bryant was just like, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah. It's like, what do you mean? What am I gonna do?
What do we do at 8, 9 p.m. on Wednesday nights and Monday nights and Saturday nights?
Tutorials and conversations about ideas of what we're going to do next. And creating, man.
Mm-hmm, creating. Just always creating, always moving forward, man. Always moving forward, doing something to better yourself, know yourself, seek self-improvement in every aspect of your life. And, you know, I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, everybody does.
Everybody's got a lot of work to do. And we're ready for it, man. We're ready for a great year, dude.
Yeah, so everybody hit us up, man. We want you on here. Let's talk about whatever you guys want to talk about.
Yeah.
Throw it in comments, too.
Hey, let's reverse it. You start the thing.
This is Tony.
And I'm Matt.
And this is the Tsunami Podcast.
You're always late. I can't take you anymore.